Have you ever noticed how the hardest moments in life often happen quietly? No announcement. No applause. Just silence. You send the message, no reply. You give your best, no recognition. You show up with heart and effort, and still feel overlooked. At first, it feels personal. Like rejection. Like failure. Like something must be wrong with you. But what if it isn't? What if being ignored wasn't life pushing you away, but life training you? Most people spend their energy explaining themselves. Explaining their intentions. Explaining their worth. Explaining why they deserve respect, love, or a seat at the table. And the truth is harsh, but freeing. The more you explain, the less powerful you feel. Stoic philosophy teaches something radical, that emotional control, not emotional expression, is the real form of strength. That dignity is built in silence. That confidence doesn't shout, it settles. Think about it. When you stop reacting, people notice. When you stop chasing, dynamics change. When you stop begging for understanding, clarity arrives. Rejection has a strange way of revealing truth. It shows you where you were trying too hard. Where you were investing in people or outcomes that didn't deserve your energy. Where your peace was conditional on someone else's approval. And that's why 2026 isn't about proving anything anymore. It's about becoming unbothered. Not cold. Not careless. But calm. Grounded. Self-contained. This is the year you stop explaining your silence. Stop justifying your boundaries. Stop reacting to every provocation. In this video, you'll learn 7 Stoic life lessons, practical, grounded, and real, that help you turn rejection into resilience, silence into authority, and detachment into inner freedom. These aren't abstract ideas meant for philosophers and books. They are tools for daily life. Tools for when you're ignored, misunderstood, underestimated, or dismissed. So as you listen, ask yourself this: what would change in your life if you no longer needed validation to move forward? If this resonates, stay with me. Because the moment you stop explaining yourself, is the moment you start taking your power back. Attention is currency, and most people spend it without realizing its value. Every time you check who viewed your story, replay a conversation in your head, or wait for someone to notice your effort, you are paying with your energy. And here's the Stoic truth most people learn too late: those who benefit from your attention rarely deserve it. Ignoring is not weakness. Ignoring is discipline. When someone disrespects you, dismisses you, or treats you as optional, your instinct may be to explain, confront, or prove yourself. But Stoicism teaches the opposite response. Withdrawal of attention is not avoidance, it is self-respect. Think about it. Why should someone who doesn't value you get access to your thoughts, emotions, or time? Silence does something powerful. It disrupts expectations. People expect reactions. They expect explanations. They expect emotional engagement. When they get nothing, the power dynamic shifts. Ignoring doesn't mean you pretend it doesn't hurt. It means you refuse to let pain dictate your behavior. This is an immediate action you can take today. No preparation. No permission. No announcement. Stop responding to what drains you. Stop feeding situations that thrive on your emotional output. Stop giving front-row access to people who treat you like background noise. The Stoics believed peace begins with restraint, not with control over others, but control over yourself. When you ignore what diminishes you, you redirect energy back to growth, clarity, and strength. Imagine how your life would feel if you stopped reacting to every provocation. If you stopped chasing closure. If you let silence do the work. Ignoring isn't about winning against others. It's about reclaiming yourself. And the moment you do that, balance begins to return. Every emotional reaction is a handover of control. When you react instantly, with anger, defensiveness, or hurt, you reveal where you are vulnerable. The Stoics understood this deeply. Whoever controls your emotions controls you. People don't always provoke you because they are strong. Often, they provoke because they want a response. Noise. Drama. Confirmation that they matter. And the most powerful response? Calm. They expected noise, you gave them stillness. They wanted emotion, you offered restraint. This doesn't mean suppressing feelings or pretending you don't care. It means creating space between what happens and how you respond. In that space, strength is born. Pause. Breathe. Observe. Ask yourself, is this worth my energy? Will reacting improve my life, or just my ego? Emotional reactions feel justified in the moment, but they almost always cost you later. They cloud judgment. They escalate situations. They pull you into battles that don't deserve you. Stoicism teaches that calm is not passive, it is active mastery. When you stay composed, you deny others the satisfaction of controlling your inner world. You become unpredictable in the best way. Grounded. Centered. Untouchable. Think of calm as armor. Not rigid. Not heavy. But steady. The more you practice emotional restraint, the clearer your thinking becomes. You start responding instead of reacting. Choosing instead of exploding. Leading yourself instead of being led by impulse. Self-control is freedom. And every time you choose calm over reaction, you strengthen that freedom, quietly, powerfully, permanently. Most suffering comes from attachment, not to effort, but to outcomes. We attach ourselves to being liked, to being chosen, to things going a certain way. And when life doesn't cooperate, frustration follows. Stoic philosophy offers a liberating shift. Commit fully to your actions, but release your grip on results. You did your part, now let go. Outcomes are influenced by countless factors beyond your control, other people's moods, timing, luck, circumstances. When you tie your self-worth to results, you hand your peace to forces you cannot command. Detachment is not apathy. It is confidence without desperation. You still show up. You still work hard. You still care. But you stop needing a specific outcome to feel whole. This mindset changes everything. You stop chasing validation. You stop fearing rejection. You stop collapsing when things don't go your way. Expectation, as the Stoics taught, is the root of suffering. Instead of asking, "What will I get?" you ask, "Did I act with integrity?" Instead of obsessing over results, you refine your effort. When you detach from outcomes, you become consistent, calm, resilient. Success no longer defines you, character does. And here's the irony, when you stop needing outcomes, they often arrive more easily. Because there's no tension, no force, no anxiety clouding your actions. Peace follows acceptance. You accept that you control your effort, not the universe. And in that acceptance you find freedom. Detachment is quiet confidence. The kind that doesn't beg, chase, or cling. Just steady forward motion, regardless of how the world responds. The world is loud, and it's not going to quiet down for you. There will always be opinions, demands, notifications, criticism, and pressure pulling at your attention. Chaos is external. It surrounds everyone. The difference is not who experiences it, the difference is who absorbs it. Stoicism teaches that stillness is not found by changing the world, but by training the mind. Inner stillness is emotional armor. It allows you to stay grounded while everything around you feels unstable. In conversations, it keeps you from reacting impulsively. At work, it helps you think clearly under pressure. In life, it gives you the rare ability to pause instead of panic. Most people confuse calm with weakness. In reality, calm is one of the hardest disciplines to master. It requires awareness, restraint, and practice. Stillness doesn't mean you feel nothing. It means you don't let feelings control your actions. Start small. Notice how quickly your mind jumps when something goes wrong. A comment. A delay. A disappointment. Instead of reacting, take a breath and observe. Name the emotion without feeding it. This simple pause creates distance, and distance creates control. When you build inner stillness, you stop being pulled into every emotional current. You become selective with your energy, thoughtful with your words, steady in your presence. Calm becomes your signature. People feel it when they're around you. They may not understand it, but they respect it. Because someone who remains composed under pressure is someone who cannot be easily shaken. The Stoics believed nothing external can disturb you unless you allow it. And once you truly understand that, chaos loses its grip. Nothing shakes the grounded. They may have left your life, but are they still living in your thoughts? This is where most people stay trapped. Not by events, but by memories. Replaying conversations. Imagining responses. Carrying resentment long after the moment has passed. The Stoics were clear: what occupies your mind shapes your reality. Letting someone live rent-free in your thoughts is not loyalty, love, or depth, it's self-neglect. Every minute spent ruminating is energy stolen from your growth. Memory can be a prison if you don't control it. Removing someone from your mind doesn't mean denying what happened. It means refusing to relive it. It means acknowledging the thought, and choosing not to follow it. This is mental discipline. When a thought returns, don't fight it. Don't analyze it. Simply redirect your attention. Back to your breath. Your task. Your direction. Release is self-respect. The moment you stop feeding old stories, they lose power. Clarity returns. Focus sharpens. Peace begins to surface. Freedom begins in thought, and nowhere else. You don't need to explain yourself. You need to improve yourself. Setbacks hurt because they feel personal. Rejection feels like judgment. Failure feels like exposure. But Stoicism reframes all of it. Setbacks are not verdicts, they are raw material. Instead of defending your worth, build it. Silence combined with growth is the strongest response you can give. No arguments. No justifications. No emotional speeches. Just consistent action. Proof speaks louder than words. Every time you channel disappointment into discipline, you transform pain into progress. You stop wasting energy on being misunderstood and start investing it in becoming undeniable. This isn't about revenge. It's about evolution. When you grow quietly, people notice eventually. And when they do, no explanation is required. Results speak. Presence speaks. Confidence speaks. The Stoics believed character is revealed over time, not in moments of conflict. Consistency builds respect. Action replaces explanation. Growth ends all debates. And the most powerful part: you don't do it for them. You do it for yourself. Because when progress becomes your language, doubt has nothing left to say. Not every door deserves knocking. Not every silence needs filling. Many people waste their lives trying to be seen, heard, or validated by those who have no intention of giving it. Begging for attention, reassurance, or approval is not strength, it is weakness disguised as effort. Stoicism teaches that dignity and self-respect are cultivated without seeking external validation. Silence is not emptiness. It is authority. It communicates that you value yourself more than approval, more than reactions, more than judgment. When you stop chasing, you reclaim power. When you stop explaining, you preserve presence. When you remove the need for affirmation, you step into unshakable confidence. Choosing silence doesn't mean avoidance. It means deliberate restraint. It means holding your ground without proving your worth. It means prioritizing your peace over unnecessary confrontation or approval. Imagine a life where you no longer plead for respect or chase recognition. Instead, you show up, quietly consistent, letting your actions, not words or explanations, define you. This is the highest form of resilience, emotional independence. Silence preserves power. Distance restores balance. Self-worth needs no audience. Strength stands alone. This is the Stoic path to mastery over your inner world, calm, composed, dignified, entirely unbothered. You no longer chase. You no longer explain. You move quietly, but firmly. By now, you've seen that Stoic resilience is not about avoiding life's challenges. It's about transforming how you respond to them. Each lesson we've covered is a step toward mastering your inner world, turning rejection into growth, silence into authority, and detachment into freedom. Rejection becomes direction. Every closed door nudges you toward better paths. Silence becomes strength. Every unreacted provocation reinforces your dignity. Detachment becomes peace. Every surrendered expectation reduces unnecessary suffering. You have already changed, not because the world has noticed, but because you have decided to notice yourself. You are learning that the power to remain unbothered does not depend on others. It depends on your discipline, your focus, and your refusal to let external noise dictate your inner state. As 2026 unfolds, carry these lessons like armor. Ignore the distractions that drain you. Respond with calm rather than reaction. Detach from outcomes without losing effort. Build stillness that cannot be shaken. Remove mental clutter that keeps you chained to the past. Turn setbacks into proof of your resilience. Choose silence over begging. Your peace is non-negotiable. These are not just strategies. They are a lifestyle. A quiet revolution in how you live and move through the world. So as you step into this new year, remember, every rejection is a hidden gift, every silence a shield, every detachment a doorway to freedom. You don't need to prove yourself. You don't need permission. You don't need applause. Because becoming unbothered is the ultimate power, and it starts from within.